à tous. Merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui. Merci à tous. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. And to start this ceremony, I would like to invite Loidera Kwaiko to come and welcome you and for the recognition of Indigenous people and land. Loidera?
Her Honor, as special guests and everyone here today, thank you so much for coming. It is important for us to be able to recognize and acknowledge the lands and the peoples. And I would like to respectfully acknowledge this territory in which we live and work as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also recognize the Inuit of Nunatsiavut and Nunatuavut and the Innu of Nitassinan and their ancestors as the original people of Labrador. Let us strive for respectful relationships with all the peoples of this land as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation. We are delighted today to welcome our friends from Sheshatshiu Innu School who will be sharing their cultures with us. We hope to build positive relationships between Indigenous and non-Indigenous youth. And our thanks to the school and their chaperones, both Nathan and Alanis, for being here with us today. So maybe we can ask them to stand so we see who they are and give them a round of applause. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. It is with great pleasure that I ask Her Honor, the Honorable Joan Marie Elwood, Lieutenant Governor of Newfoundland and Labrador, to bring remarks. Gratefully, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Emily. Program hosts, Dr. Loidera Kwaiko and Emily, sharing our culture staff and board of directors, volunteers, talented performers, students, teachers, family and loved ones, and guests. Carl and I are both delighted to be here with you this afternoon to open the 24th annual Sharing Our Cultures exposition in St. John's. I'm honored to welcome you to this extraordinary event as the patron of Sharing Our Cultures. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Loidera Kwaiko, the founder and CEO of Sharing Our Cultures. Without your vision, your dedication, and empirical study of the psychological needs of immigrant and refugee school children, we would not be here today. Thank you for your vision and for your work promoting the sharing and understanding of different cultures in our province. It is so important because with a better understanding comes empathy. Developing empathy allows for better relationships, better communication, and collaboration. Congratulations to the 100+ talented students from diverse cultural backgrounds, including those students from Labrador, who have worked incredibly hard to prepare and host the cultural displays in this year's exhibition. I can see the workings of empathy is in this wonderful exposition. I want to warmly welcome students from Sheshatshiu, Happy Valley Goose Bay, and Conn River and Northwest River, who I understand will be participating in another event in June. Thank you for joining us here at the rooms today. Celebrating 24 years, Sharing Our Cultures continues to create space for program participants to build positive relationships through learning about each other's rich cultures and vibrant heritage. This year, the nurturing of relationships between seniors and newcomers to our province is especially evident, with the addition of Youth Engaging Seniors program, which includes basket weaving, knitting, crocheting, and quilting, learning lessons hosted by seniors for students. What an excellent initiative. As chair of the Aging Population Committee of the Health Accord, we heard from so many seniors about the impact of social isolation, This program provides sharing cultures and also provides for social inclusion. Throughout my nursing career and work with the Health Accord as well as the National Seniors Council, I have seen the incredible importance of intergenerational relationships to the well-being of our communities. The World Health Organization recommends this very approach as a tool to combat ageism. I am heartened to see this initiative take flight and to be celebrated in an exhibition for others in the community to learn from and enjoy. Sharing Our Culture's 2024 theme, One World, Many Stories, Heritage and Craft, provides an incredible opportunity to build connections through the sharing of cultural art forms, and it is a most fitting theme this year as we celebrate the 2024 Year of the Arts. At Government House, we understand the value and importance of immersing ourselves in different cultures and celebrating our province's ever-growing diversity. In my short time as Lieutenant Governor of Newfoundland and Labrador, I've had the pleasure of meeting members of the Black and Bangladeshi communities. We will do more roundtables to help build empathy in our communities and to continue to welcome people new to Newfoundland and Labrador. I look forward to more opportunities to meet with the incredible cultural communities in our province and over the coming years. As most of you may know, Sharing Our Cultures also recognizes Francophonie Day, the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, and Multiculturalism Month in Newfoundland and Labrador during this exhibition event. This is such an important event for all of these reasons and many more. This year's International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, observed on March 21st, marks 76 years since the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights outlines a blueprint for international human rights norms, and it serves as a reminder to all of us the importance of promoting equality and fighting against discrimination. Sharing Our Cultures plays an integral role in advancing the understanding of the beautiful tapestry of cultures within Newfoundland and Labrador through the programming that they provide year-round. Exhibitions like this one that we will participate in today encourage us to learn more about each other, create bonds, and foster a sense of belonging, and most especially, develop empathy. As we reflect on diverse cultures, let's be thankful for the cultural richness newcomers to our province share with us today and every day. To the student participants, you should all be so incredibly proud of your accomplishments. I hope that you realize the work you have done is vastly important and deserves to be celebrated. Once again, I want to provide a sincere thank you from both Carl and I to the Sharing Our Culture volunteers and organizers, academic institutions, community organizations, ethno-cultural communities, and involved teachers and families for their continued efforts to support this event and to share it with us each year. Events like this would not have been possible without you. Thank you to those who've come to participate in this beautiful event today by visiting the exhibition. I hope you enjoy your afternoon. And I'd also like to say, from my cultural background from the Southern Shore, as you can see, I'm sporting some green, as is Emily and many more of you in the room. I'd like to wish you all a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Merci beaucoup, votre honneur, pour vos mots et pour vos encouragements. Nous sommes vraiment, vraiment ravis de vous avoir avec nous aujourd'hui et de savoir que vous soutenez Sharing Our Culture, ses programmes et son événement. C'est avec plaisir maintenant que je vais vous annoncer des messages vidéo. Malheureusement, des représentants du gouvernement de Terre-Neuve n'ont pas pu être avec nous aujourd'hui, mais ils ont quand même décidé de nous envoyer des messages en vidéo pour soutenir tous nos étudiants aujourd'hui. So it's my great pleasure to introduce the video messages of the Honorable Goody Hutchkins, Minister responsible for the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, Minister of Rural Economic Development of the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Hey friends, congratulations on the 24th annual Sharing Our Culture's Heritage Art and Craft event, both in St. John's and Happy Valley Goose Bay. Regretfully, I can't be with you in person, but I wanted to share just a few words and pass along my best wishes to each and every one of you. First of all, I want to acknowledge Dr. Logteta Cuego and her team for bringing this event to life. And I also want to thank each and every one of the participants for coming together to celebrate diversity and make connections across generations. Since 1999, Sharing Our Cultures has brought people closer. It helps us understand each other better. It encourages us to celebrate diversity all across our province. And events like this one are all about bringing people together and communities together. And we learn from one another and we build bridges, not just between cultures, but between ages too. As a Newfoundlander and Labradorian, and as Minister responsible for the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, I'm so proud to help Sharing Our Cultures provide the tools, resources, and the opportunities for people to build their skills and share their knowledge so that we can all build a brighter future together. And so many cultures are represented with you all. This year's theme of One World, Many Stories is a beautiful reminder that no matter what your culture, ethnicity, or background, your story matters. You matter, and you will be seen, you will be heard, and you will be valued. So keeping all this in mind, I wish you each a wonderful day as you learn about each other's diversity, history, and stories. And you know what? This is more than an event. This is a chance to forge lasting friendships and positive partnerships. Together, through events like this one, we will continue to weave the rich culture and tapestry that exists throughout all of Newfoundland and Labrador. Have a great day.
Et maintenant, je voudrais annoncer une deuxième vidéo de la part de l'honorable Crystal-Lyn Howell, ministre de l'Éducation. So please now listen to the remarks of the Honorable Crystal-Lyn Howell, Minister of Education for the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation to join you at the 24th annual Sharing Our Cultures event. While I'm not able to be with you today, I wanted to send my best wishes for a successful event. Sharing Our Cultures helps promote the importance of cultural respect and understanding throughout our province. Today's event could not be better timed. The United Nations Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination is coming up, and we're currently celebrating Multiculturalism Month in Newfoundland and Labrador. Our province is stronger and more vibrant thanks to its diversity and multiculturalism. Thank you to Sharing Our Cultures for the commitment and dedication that you show to newcomers and citizens of our province to create space and to learn from one another. To today's participants, have fun. You're sure to learn something new as you help us build a bright future for Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you.
Okay, we want to express our thanks to Minister Hutchings and Minister Crystal-Lyn Howell for their messages. And at this time, I'm really pleased to introduce to you a performance. It's a story worth telling, and back in September, Sharing Our Cultures hosted a Welcoming Week event, and we invited Alex Taylor to perform. Well, prior to that, during the summer, we had met Yehor Markov and found out that he loved playing Johnny Cash and the Beatles on his guitar. So on the day we had a Welcoming Week event, Yehor watched Alex perform and then asked if they could play together. Of course, Alex couldn't speak Ukrainian, and Yehor had recently arrived and he couldn't speak English. But they did have a common bond in the universal language of music. So Alex wrote the song entitled Leaving Home as a reflection of the experiences of those who have to leave or are forced to leave their homelands. At this time, I'd like to welcome Alex and Yehud to the stage, and also join me in giving them a really warm welcome.
My name's Alex. Over here's Igor. We hope you enjoy. And yeah, this is Leaving Home. Ready? They came to a distant shore, driven away by a senseless war, going with some family and friends, not knowing about the rest. They left without a trace, couldn't hardly bring the place, knowing they must learn of new things as they see what their new home brings. Could you imagine the feelings of confusion and stress, knowing the people at home could all be at risk? When you know things that you can understand and you're forced to struggle on through, learning a new land and trying to find some aid, feeling the difference in the weather in a different place. They begin to learn from scratch while holding their culture dear, with not too much to fear. They look out for their family and friends to see how they're doing back home. Could you imagine the feelings of confusion and stress, knowing the people at home could all be at risk? When you learn new things which you can't understand, and you're forced to struggle on through, for some, well, they had music which helped them along, a song or two which they loved, with an acoustic guitar to play along. When new friends met along the way, they jam throughout the day and connect both of their cultures while aiding one another. Could you imagine the feelings of confusion and stress, knowing the people at home could all be at risk? While you learn new things which you can understand, and you're forced to struggle on through. Thank you. Have a happy St. Patty's Day.
Je pense qu'on peut dire encore une fois un grand merci à Alex et à Yor pour cette très belle performance. Comme Loïdeta a expliqué l'histoire de cette rencontre entre ces deux jeunes, je pense vraiment que c'est là que sharing our culture prend tout son sens. C'est là qu'on est, c'est là qu'on veut être. Sharing our culture is all about creating this space to be able for the students to meet No matter where you come from, no matter where you are coming, today in the present, we want to create the space to make this possible. You're coming from different places in the world, the same as I, the same as Loidera, the same as all the volunteers working with Sharing Our Culture. On est tous différents, mais c'est ça qui nous rapproche. Je vais citer un de mes chanteurs préférés français qui dit que peu importe le prix qu'on se donne, on nage tous dans le même aquarium. On partage tous le même royaume où vous êtes, nous sommes des hommes pareils. So my favorite singer used to say that we are different, but we are all the same. And what makes us different makes us be the same also. And this is what Sharing Our Culture is about, celebrating those differences and make this place possible. So right now you will see the name of all the wonderful cultural ambassadors who worked on project this year. Encore une fois, près d'une centaine d'élèves ont travaillé sur des projets pour partager leur culture avec vous aujourd'hui. Je leur dis à chaque fois, c'est pas juste un événement, c'est un programme. It's not something that lasts just for a day, but it's during the year. And what we created here today, we hope that it would last forever. Meaning the relationship that you build, this meeting that you have together that will help you build further relationship in your life. And when you see someone different, you will open your arms widely and accept everyone the way they are. Cette année, encore plus, comme on l'a mentionné, certains des élèves ont eu la chance de travailler avec des aînés. Apporter cet aspect intergénérationnel nous amène non seulement à en apprendre les uns des autres avec les gens qui ont notre âge, mais à aussi comprendre la communauté dans son ensemble. J'ai l'habitude de dire, pour savoir où on va, c'est bien de savoir où on vient, même si on n'a pas tous le même chemin. D'avoir ces aînés qui ont pu partager, non seulement apprendre quelque chose, que ce soit de l'art ou de l'artisanat aux élèves, mais créer ces rencontres, de partager ces expériences. Encore une fois, on peut venir de places différentes, à des moments différents dans le temps. Today, it seems like with technology, we often are a little bit outside of the world. We seem to be a little bit more individualist than we were before. But with this project here, being able to bring together people to learn something from one another, and especially art and craft, I think it reminds us that without technology, we can still build something. Taking our hands together as a group, as a community, we can create, we can build extraordinary things. And I really hope that today, when you're gonna go and visit all those booths and realize the different arts and crafts that are existing for a long time, that you will remember that together we can build great things. So, je vous encourage vraiment après à aller visiter ces expositions et à vous rendre compte de tout ce qu'on peut accomplir quand on fait les choses ensemble. Chacun a une pierre à apporter à l'édifice et à plus on apporte, à plus on se soutient, on va se comprendre, se respecter et créer ce monde qu'on veut voir et qu'on voit ici aujourd'hui à l'intérieur de ces murs, les voir à l'extérieur. So take everything that you can take today from all the diversity, talk with the students, learn something from them, exchange your thought, exchange your knowledge, and take this with you tomorrow into the world outside of this wall. Merci. Now I would like to ask Dr. Loidera Kwaiko to come with me to officially open this event.
Now, before we open the event, I have something to say. I first of all want to recognize Emily's work that she has done. Because all of what you've seen, all the organization has been Emily, all the creativity has been Emily, and all the students, Miss Emily, and even when it's not their time to be at the office, they come around. Is Miss Emily here? So I want you all to join me in thanking Emily. And I have a little something for, she doesn't know that, right? I have a little something for Emily, just to say how much I appreciate everything you've done and keep doing that you've done. Wow. All of this wouldn't be together without you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We love you so much. And before we officially declare this open, I also want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has made today and the next 3 days possible. We thank their honors for gracing us with their presence and her honors inspiring words. And I'm going to go and listen to that again. It was really warm and touching. Now, although Minister Hutchins and Minister Howell could not be with us in person, we appreciate them taking time to send the video messages. We're grateful to our schools. As you saw, all the schools were in 5 high schools that opened their doors to us, and the teacher sponsors. Some of them are sitting here who were teacher sponsors, and they gave up their lunch times, because we usually meet with them at lunch times, and they gave up their classrooms so we can meet with them in their classrooms, and we really appreciate that as well. And then also send them email messages so that the students will remember to come in at lunchtime when we have our meetings. We thank the parents who so graciously allow us to spend time with their children, for dropping and picking them up and making sure they sign the consent forms. And some of them, actually, they were only learning English, so we didn't really could make out the signature, what it was, you know, and then free to sign in Arabic or Spanish, whatever language they wish. We also want to acknowledge the support of the room's leadership and the assistance of the staff. They've gone above and beyond to make our setup and events run as smoothly as possible for the last 15 years. We also want to thank our performers, thanks to Alex and Ihor and their special guests. And every time you play that song, I cry, because it's just so touching just to see how you came together and bonded in friendship. And Alex, thanks for writing that song for us. And all of you who came, we also want to acknowledge that the funding that we received for having this project came to us from the Government of Canada through the ACOA as well as the Canadian Heritage. We have a representative here, Mr. Robert Ring, who's here with us. We want to appreciate that. We also received funding from the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador, the Department of Education, and we have with us Jamie Collins is with the Immigration and Multiculturalism, and I think we have with us someone here from the Department of Education, I'm not sure. We also want to thank ACOA, of course, for assisting us, and all of our partners in various, I won't call them all now. They're actually on your program or the brochure that we have, and they've all been helpful to us in making sure that we keep this program going throughout the year, and we keep supporting newcomer students as they come. So we want to thank them all very much. Thank all for the in-kind contributions that you have, and thanks to you all for being here today. We also want to acknowledge that we just received funding from the Department of Canadian Heritage for our next project, which we'll tell you a lot more about, but it has to do with developing equity and diversity and inclusion and anti-racism in our schools and in our communities. So we're looking forward, stay tuned for that. We'll have another event where we'll have to bring you all together to celebrate with us. Well, thank you so much, and we recognize the RCMP, we recognize the RNC, some at the back, and several of you who have come, Mr. Terry Hall with Newfoundland Labrador Schools. I know once I start announcing, I'll miss somebody. We have Trent Langdon with the Newfoundland Labrador Teachers Association. Some of you have written letters of support for us to submit with our proposals, which works towards us getting the funding we need. So thank you so much. So much it touches my heart, all the help that we get from everyone. This is not a solo project or program or organization, everybody else comes together to make it happen. And we really appreciate that. So thank you very much. And we will, of course, declare Sharing Our Cultures 2024 open. And back to Emily. She's waiting for me to finish, right? I'm so long-winded.
Et donc, nous déclarons officiellement l'édition numéro 24 de À la découverte de nos cultures ouverte. Donc, nous vous invitons tous maintenant à aller découvrir toutes les expositions des étudiants qui ont lieu au niveau 3 et dans le Harbor View Room qui se trouve juste à côté. On vous encourage vraiment à aller à la rencontre des étudiants, à leur parler. Ils vont être ravis de répondre à vos questions. Et il va aussi y avoir des performances ici dans le théâtre de 3h15 jusqu'à 4h30. Donc vous pourrez aussi aller et venir pour profiter de ça. So thank you everyone again for being here. Please enjoy the exhibits on level 3 and on level 2 in the Harbor View Room. The students will be more than happy to speak with you, answer your question, and share something about their culture. And there will also be some performances happening in the theater starting at 3:15 until 4:30. So thank you, everyone. And please, ladies and gentlemen, as you are able, please rise for the departure of the Honorable Joan Mary Aylward, Lieutenant Governor of Newfoundland and Labrador, and the Honorable Carl Thompson.